Welcome to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons Tomb of Annihilation, episode 48, Butt Rope.
Oh my god. Wow.
The name?
Yes.
Well played.
It's gonna show up in the wrong searches, by the way.
Oh god, yeah. Just wait. Some people are going to be really disappointed when they realize that we're playing D&D. Sorry, everyone who's disappointed.
I'm like
Are you
choking.
okay?
Yeah, I'm seeing myself choke.
You're gonna live.
That's for you to decide.
No.
Excuse me.
All right.
Sorry, folks. So,
That's what you get for naming a butt rope.
Actually, could someone else do a recap? Because I'm currently choking and dying on camera. So,
Do you have the quest log?
I do have it. Sorry.
Anybody else want to go for this? Or
If it's written up, I'll read it.
where the heck is it?
It is at the very end of the quest log.
It is
Yep.
in.
So last time, Stuck in the Middle with You, or with who? Stuck in the Middle with who? I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore. It's like Miro was the last remaining red wizard and has 2 of the puzzle boxes. Also, she is associated with Valindra. We healed her and headed out to the Grung Temple and negotiated for the Nang Nang puzzle box while avoiding all the treasure within and the anger of the Grung. We then headed to the Lava Temple to figure out a way to cross with Kellisto using butt rope in her giant spider form. And I think we ended the episode with Vallen, wrapped up in my butt rope and attached to the back of my legs.
Ulfgar, not Vallen. There's a big
Sorry.
difference there.
Ulfgar.
All right, thank you very much for that. And we'll start with introducing. That was Kellisto, who will be playing Kellisto.
Spider.
Yes, basically Kellisto of the Bear God clan. She's druid, half elf, spider with butt rope powers. And next to her we have Lyssa, who is her camera is not there, but she's there. She's the Lizardfolk person.
Yeah. I'm Valia Bonesmasher. I'm a Lizardfolk Barbarian, and I have my little feathery friend Flippy, who at this point really hasn't been doing much because he's a little shy, I guess. And he doesn't want to fall into the lava and be fried chicken, so...
That's my job. So then on the other side of Kellisto, we have Nerevar, who also has a Twitch channel that you guys can check out if you do a search for NerevarDZN on Twitch.
Or just look at the links below.
True. I'll be playing as Tobias Salazar, who is a special sorcerer and who is commanding his Eidolon Arokh Ironscale.
Indeed. And then further down the line, we have Rorax, who will not be joining us today. She's feeling a little under the weather. But she is usually playing a Centaur Cleric of the Grave with her turret kobold friend, who is known as Gao, who we deemed the king of the kobolds and crowned such, often will ride upon her back. Doesn't usually participate too much, but often has been very helpful in a pinch.
He was pretty helpful last week.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
And then straight down from Gao, the Kobold King, we have Kashcah.
Hi. Yes, I am the DM. So, that's about it.
Yep. And yeah, we pretty much traveled from way up here down to here, as you can see. And this is our current objective, right here in the middle. This temple, not the lava. Keep that in mind. Not the lava. We're going to the temple. And some of us were being flown across, while others were being attached to spider backs and somewhat willingly taken across via butt rope. So... Excuse me. I think that's it. So, Kashcah, take it away.
So yeah, we ended up where Ulfgar was at the bottom of this ravine, very close to some lava, and starting to get a little sweaty and slippery and not feeling so good because you've been hanging out upside down for quite a while Kellisto was climbing down this very sheer cliff. Ulfgar, you begin to feel the webbing is like, now previously where it had been like stuck to you pretty well because that's what webbing does. Now you're all sweaty and slippery and stuff. It's not sticking so well. You can feel it kind of sliding a little bit. So that's Ulfgar and Kellisto, and then up at the top, I think Nere was Arokh ferrying people backwards and forwards, or is he going to give rides?
That was the plan.
Okay. Aelia will. She watches. She kind of peers over the edge at Ulfgar going down the cliffside upside down, and just goes, nope, 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 nope. And she just like goes and sits, like she makes herself a little comfy spot and tucks her little centaur legs up and kind of sits down there and says, nope, you guys are on your own. I'm not going over there like that. So she seems to be fairly, I know she kind of expressed it a little last week, but she seems to be fairly adamant that she is not going to travel by spider across this ravine. So
I would guess Orvex might be interested in joining her.
No, Orvex is more interested in going with you. He is actually thinks he's been quite valuable in translations. So is, you know, and Zagmira also is coming along as well.
Okay.
It would be a shame if she didn't.
So, Ulfgar, you feel a little slippery.
So, yeah. Are my hands free enough that I can like grab onto her or like access my pockets or anything like that?
Yeah, just about, I would say.
Then I would be casting Prestidigitation to try and keep myself perspiration free.
You're like, dry. Okay.
And if there's any sign of the butt rope weakening or fraying or anything like that, he will suddenly switch and stick his hand into one of his pockets or into his little pouch or something like that, or attempt to, for the oh no, wait, he's got the lodestones on his neck. I don't know if he could reach his neck.
You'd have to kind of dig in amongst the webbing, but you could, like...
Okay. If
potentially
he feels the webbing, or excuse me, the butt roping starts to fail, if he feels that it's starting to fail, he would therefore try and reach for the lodestones around his neck and try and cast Mending.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right.
But he would do that early if he felt it was a possibility, because it takes some time for it to work.
Okay. All right. And Kellisto, it's getting pretty toasty, but you are down at the bottom of the ravine now. But it is very warm down by this lava, this magma.
Magma.
So I don't have defective butt rope, so I'm assuming everything's fine, and I'm going to try to as fast as possible get myself back up on the.
Yeah. Only the highest quality butt rope from Kellisto.
Of course.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hand woven in, third world, whatever.
Hey, it's
yeah,
not.
I think I had asked. My mind just went. I think I had asked to be dropped off on the roof while y'all were trying to figure out how to get across the spider.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is Arokh okay doing this? Is he taking requests, I guess?
I think it was also because
It depends.
she was a bit big for the butt rope plan.
Yeah, I think that when we ended, wasn't he already in flight with
Also, he
oh
just
my
has
gosh,
to let go then.
can't think of names. With monkey.
Yeah, I think I convinced him if he dropped me off on the roof, that if there's something that attacks me, he gets to watch me die. Which
That sounds actually. I think that was right. You were saying yes. You can just watch me die.
Yeah, he was firing the Valia across already, so
I was gonna drop down on the roof like Spider-Man.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, if Arokh is happy to do that, then yeah, you could drop down, Valia, and land kind of squarely on the roof. And actually, let me move you guys over to the shrine page.
Oh,
The page of shrines.
why?
And today we are in the top right corner.
Oh, I guess I need to scroll up. Okay. Ew, the one with the webs.
Oh, how convenient.
Hmm. Excuse me, the one covered in butt rope.
Seems we have more butt rope friends.
just
It's like a bad
just
Captain
enough.
Planet.
Enough.
All right. So Arokh's dropping Valia up on the roof. And Valia, you see let's see, to give any description of the roof. Trying to think if it's like has a slant to it or if it's a flat roof. Let's have a look. It's a flat roof with just a slight pitch at the edges. So so you kind of land in the middle of the roof and see, 1 second.
Whoa, jeez.
Excuse me.
Wow.
So
that happens a lot. So.
Okay, so Valia, I'm going. Let me. So here's your token. But can't really like uncover the roof because there isn't like a roof there, you know. So, but you do. So okay, so you land on the roof, on the flat part of the roof.
Let's say like there.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna try to kind of look around, maybe try to quietly peer over the edge. I mean, I'm sure Arokh's not quiet flapping his wings, but you know, or me, you know, dropping on the roof. But...
Yeah. So you see, there's palm trees actually around this shrine. Yeah, and it's very similar to the ones that you've seen before. The walls around it are in ruins. There are these two. I don't know if you can hang on. Do this. There are these two obelisks at the front, which again very similar to the other. Shrines that you visited. So yeah. But you don't see like on the obelisks, you don't see the carving there. But you do see the steps going up to what looks like kind of an entrance here, and you can see like the top of an archway that's kind of formed over like this top step area here. So so that's about all you see for now. Kellisto, do you know how fast you move as a giant spider?
It's a good question.
Let me see.
Like 40
40?
climbing and 40.
Okay. So you've got like, okay. So you've got like a couple of rounds going back up. So I think you're about halfway back up now. Okay. Valia, is there anything else you want to do from your rooftop perch?
No, I think I'll just stay up here to kind of look around, kind of patrol around to make sure there's no mobs. Or yeah, no mobs. Sorry, I played too much. But make sure there's no patrolling, no monsters or anything outside at least that can come get them.
Okay. Okay. So, and Arokh, is Arokh heading back, or is he hanging out, or?
He goes back and forth.
Okay.
Trying to bring more people.
Okay. So Arokh, it takes him like a round to fly over there, and for somebody to jump on, and then a round to bring them back and then jump off. Okay. Alright, so then I think the next thing that happens is Kellisto and Ulfgar come up over the edge of the sorry, just bringing your tokens over the edge of this what's the word I'm looking for? How if I could word today?
Island?
Cliff?
Yeah, over the edge of the cliff, that'll do. Yeah, you see Valia up on the roof. She's kind of like up here-ish. And there are, same thing as the others. So, and Kellisto, you are still giant spider.
Well, I would hope that I have a way of detaching him from me.
Yeah. I mean, spiders can handle their webbing, right?
So would Ulfgar.
And then I try to help him get him, slice him open.
Whoa!
I don't
don't slice me open.
I help with the webbing.
Okay. Yeah.
Just enough so that he can get his look like he's coming out on his own before I head back over.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ulfgar, feel these spider feet kind of tugging away the webbing from you, and it's not too much work before you can kind of wriggle out, and you are standing in front of the shrine.
Aye, that seemed to work all right. A little bit hairy, but still worked good.
I'm just gonna look for like a small loose pebble and just chunk it over the edge at him.
Oi! Watch it, you. Any sign of anybody?
No, just these rocks. I'm just gonna keep throwing little pebbles around.
Ulfgar would walk over to the middle here and start his incantation for magic detection.
Okay. And Kellisto, you're going.
My token like right here, where you can, so you got an idea. I'm kind of hanging out.
Cool, thank you. And Kellisto, you're going back over the edge, giant spider.
Yeah, I was looking at some stuff on him, and I don't see anywhere that says he can jump. I know he can hang upside down and walk upside down and stuff, but I don't see anything jump. So I'm gonna have to go down and back up.
Okay. All right. So, Nere, who are you bringing over next?
Excuse me.
You have a choice of Orvex, or Zagmira.
I think Zagmira.
I was thinking the same thing. Like Orvex totally needs to go by spider rope.
Okay. Okay, so Ulfgar, you're casting. What are you casting?
Detect magic.
Okay, and you're doing ritual, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna be there a while.
Yep, and if people are eager to go inside, he'll drop the ritual. So, but for now, he'll start figuring people will all gather in at some point.
Okay. All right. So you start casting that, and
Does it look like the gates are open?
there actually isn't a door.
It's just open.
This is just open. Yep. Here. Like here, actually, you can. I will open it up a little bit. It does get pretty dark in there, but that'll
Dark
work.
vision.
There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. So Zagmira is coming over next. Boop. Zagmira arrives.
In one piece.
As long as Arokh doesn't I don't know, is Arokh gonna murder Zagmira or
Not yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, not this day. Maybe later this day.
depending on okay. Alright, so Zagmira kind of jumps off of Arokh's back, and she just kind of stands there looking at you with a slight smile on her face, Ulfgar. I don't know like how enwrapped you are with your ritual, but yeah.
He basically just relies on passive perception at that point. People can talk to him and stuff, and if he deems it worthy, he would actually stop the incantation, but otherwise he excuse me, it's obvious that he's performing a ritual.
Okay. So let's see. Hang on. So I think she's just kind of standing there. She's got her arms folded. Valia, you can see she's got her arms folded, and she's just tapping her foot like this dwarf is taking forever.
Not everybody's here yet.
So she'll just wait for a short period. So in that short period, Kellisto, you arrive at the top of the other side.
Yeah. Well, I assume that we're leaving without ever, because we probably never discussed it, but I just would assume that one, I wouldn't be taking Tobias, and two, we'd be leaving Flippy and the kobold behind. And so I go straight to Orvax because he would be the only other person standing there.
And Orvax is kind of like, as he sees this giant spider coming towards him, he's kind of like backing up, you know? He's like, ah!
Just picks him up and just puts him on the back. Passes out.
Yeah, do you just grab him?
Yep, pretty much. And grab him up.
So when you grab him, he actually he starts just totally panicking, and then seems to just go limp. Couldn't handle it. So passes out.
Good thing he's wearing brown trousers.
Yeah, he's kind of doing this like hyperventilating thing as you're starting to kind of wrap him up a little bit, and then just passes out. So we'll see where he comes to.
What's funny is that Ulfgar is actually totally okay with this because it didn't involve water.
Oh dear.
Just lava.
Okay, so Tobias, I think, yeah, Aelia just looks at you and shakes her head. Nope. She's like got Gao sitting like next to her, and Flippy is like tucked up as well, and she's like, I'm staying here.
Have fun.
It's your choice. Just be safe. And I'm going to hop on Arokh and fly to the shrine to the rest of the group.
Okay. All right. So Orvax wakes up partway down, and there's this like incredible kind of squirming, like shrieking coming from your back,
Mhm.
Kellisto. Oh god! Oh god! I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die!
Just cut him free.
But he would have seen Ulfgar, right? But he's still terrified.
Yeah, he's not. Well, I think he just. Yeah, at this point he's panicking. It's like full on
Well,
panic mode.
in this case, I'm gonna have to pay more extra attention to how, you know, like, can I feel him slipping at all? Is he still okay?
So far he's alright. He's panicking and he's squirming, but you're not towards the heat of it yet, so he's not slippery, or you don't feel him slipping.
I'm tempted to turn around, take him back. Well, I can't talk to him.
You can wrap his mouth.
Nice
Well,
bit of well-placed butt rope.
I guess I'm gonna continue down to the bottom at least, because there are rocks down there, so I could let him off if I had to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that. I'll continue.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he continues to kind of shriek and squirm for the next 6 seconds as you make your way kind of scurrying down the cliff face towards the bottom of this ravine, and then you feel like he's gonna start slipping, but you get to the bottom and you start going kind of back up, and he starts to calm down a bit, like not being upside down is helping, and he starts calming down a bit, realizing that nothing is gonna change by him shrieking and squirming. So he starts calming down a bit, and then kind of you get like halfway up, and he seems to be fairly somewhat calm, and he's like, you can still hear him like hyperventilating a bit. Oh, okay, all right. We have a pretty good view, actually. If I could just... He's just like, still kind of hyperventilating, but manages to kind of hold his shit together long enough to get to the top. So.
Oh, thank God. Well, then once I get to the top, I release him, and I turn back into myself, and I try to help him out of the thing, and I tell him that was not helpful.
And he looks like he's trying to like hold his lunch down. He's just like now he's like stationary, he's standing up, and the panic is subsiding. He's just left with like he looks a bit green and just really looks like he's about to vomit after all that. So
And I also look at him after I say it's not helpful. I'm like, you realize you have to go back. Please don't do that again. Unless you want to stay here.
He looks around. Oh, I could stay here. It's like, Mira, could perhaps fly me back?
And then I just walk away.
Okay. All right. So we've got Orvex over here as well. Let's put him on the token layer. Okay, and then Tobias and Arokh. Token layer. Okay, that's everybody. All right.
Ulfgar is obviously doing one of his longer casting spells at the moment, so he's just kind of standing there doing that.
Yeah, so that's what you guys arrived to see. You see Valia up on the roof. Zagmira is standing there with her arms crossed, looking impatiently at Ulfgar, and Ulfgar ritual casting.
Well, I walk past Ulfgar to where Valia, or closer to Valia, and kind of yell a little bit, not super loud, but like, do you see anything?
Oh, so you shout that up, and Valia, or go ahead, sorry, Valia. I should.
No, I haven't seen anything. It's just empty. That's about it.
So,
I just triggered something. Oh God.
springing out from the palm tree beside you
Oh, shit.
is this guy here. So cute. Hang on, let me.
Okay, I see something now.
Bang.
There's something biting your face.
There we go.
Jakuli.
Jakuli.
Hey, Jakuli.
So it looks like a 15-foot long snake.
Ooh.
And yeah, his teeth are heading right towards your face, Kellisto. He does a spring attack.
Yeah, surprise.
And he gets advantage. But actually he doesn't need it. Or maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hits her.
Does that hit you, Kellisto?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You can spring up 30 feet in a straight line.
Plus. Okay.
I scream.
Spring.
And he does 16 points of damage.
I've seen these guys before. It's in that old video game Qbert.
And then the same thing actually happens to you as well, Valia. This one jumps onto the roof next to you. I'm just going to leave him there so we can actually see him. And does the same thing. So, spring attack. Does 14 hit you?
Nope.
Okay.
And I get. Oh, never mind. You're good.
Okay, and Ulfgar, you've got a friend as well.
No.
Spring. Annoying.
Yeah, that hits. I was gonna look, but I don't even need to look. That's
hang
gonna
on.
hit.
I'm just. Alright, so
Oh boy, here comes the big roll.
Right, hang on. So dice doubled, right?
Dice doubled, yes.
Dice doubled.
I do need to know if it is poison damage.
It is not poison damage. It is sharp, pointy teeth damage. So 4 plus.
Why can't it be poison damage?
So that's 22 instead of 12.
Oof.
Saws. Tobias, I mean, Ulfgar looks like he's making out with a big snake. He's got this big snake like suction to his face. Alright,
I need to refresh the page.
Ulfgar stops casting the spell. I'm sure he could stop casting the spell as a reaction at the very least.
Right, hang on. Let me measure a thing as well. Then we're going to do turn order. Give me 1 second.
Jeez, oh Pete's.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I was just flushing them all out, like a bird dog. Only snakes.
Because there's a 4th one. And he jumps towards Kellisto as well.
Oh boy.
He came from over here. And
Jeez.
He's gonna try and give you a chomp. Butt chomp. Ooh.
Thanks for being a good lookout there, Valia. Did you just roll another nat 20?
I'm sorry!
Oh my god!
What are you doing?
I'm sorry!
Stop!
So that means it's doubled?
The dice. The
damage?
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, this one.
Please make it low.
That's
Okay.
not good.
Oh, not at all.
Ooh.
No, so that's what is that?
An extra 15 on top.
An extra 15 on top, so 32 points of damage.
Oh no, that drops her to 0.
Yep.
Okay. So you're downed, but you're not out. So you've gone to 0 hit points, but you did not drop down. I can't remember what the rule is for that. Oh my gosh. Let's take the Chikuli.
I think you're like you're basically like stumbled kind of, you know, like you can't. I think you can move, but you can't take an action. If I remember right.
I think isn't that she's unconscious and she have to make a death saving rolls?
Usually if you go below 0, but at 0, I think it changes.
Yeah, let me look at falling unconscious.
There you go.
Right, if damage reduces you to 0 hit points and fails to kill you, you fall unconscious.
Okay.
It's
I
unconscious.
am down.
So you fainted.
So you are unconscious at the moment, which...
Okay. Snake sandwich just happened.
Conditions... Oh god. Conditions, there it is. So as an unconscious person... Oh, you're incapacitated. You drop whatever you are holding and kind of fall to the ground. And further attack rolls against you will be at advantage because you're just laying there, right?
I don't think you need more advantage.
Double advantage. Jeez.
Okay.
All
right, and yeah, okay, so you would fail any strength or dex saving throws as well, but I don't think we'll have to worry about that. All right, let's do some turn order. How about that?
If they go first, we're so effed. Oh gosh.
Oh.
No, I think it's safe to say they will not be going first.
Okay, I get advantage on initiative, so I guess 12.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I get crap for initiative.
Oh, Rorax, I need an initiative from you, sir.
But it's enough. My crap foo is stronger than their crap foo.
Oh, Rorax is going to run and hide right away. He's there's no pausing. Consider what he's okay. And then it's like Mira is going to show up as mage, but just know that this is it's like Mira.
Fair enough.
Okay. Can I? Okay. And then Monkey, could you do yours? And then I'll adjust it to the 12 with your token. Oh. Or I just don't need to. The magical powers of roll 20. Are we missing anybody?
She's so good, she rolls the initiative she wants to.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, not the one that I wanted, but...
Okay. Orbex says, "Holy crap!" and immediately runs as far away as possible.
Of course he does.
Good, now that he's out of the way. We can stop blocking these snakes with our faces so that he won't get hit.
Zagmara is going to magic missile this one here that's attacking Ulfgar. Or no, she has advantage on this one here, doesn't she? She's going to go for that one. She kind of sees Kellisto hit the ground and magic missiles.
Pew pew.
That one. So he takes 8 damage.
Forceful damage, no less.
Okay. Alright, Arokh.
Power of Zagmira compels you.
Arokh will rush and he's going to attack this one with a claw.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it would help if I knew that AC, huh? That does not hit. It's very shifty. It kind of slinks out the way with his snake body right at the last second.
One more time, Claw as a bonus action.
Yeah, go for it.
Rip it to
Oh, there you
shreds.
go. Yep, that'll hit.
Kick his ass. See guys.
You slice. Oh, Jesus. You slice through. Arokh slices through him quite handily, and now this Jakuli is looking very worse for wear. It's got a nice slice through his body and has clearly taken some damage from the magic missiles. So pretty close to death, to be honest.
Not the only one.
Right, Tobias.
Okay, Tobias is moving forward and seeing that Kellisto is unconscious. He's going to try and cast. Hang on. Cure Wounds is by touch, right?
Yes. And it heals for more.
I'm going to cast then Healing Word on her.
Okay. All right, Kellisto.
Thank you.
You are no longer unconscious, but you are you come to looking up at the sky with a large Jakuli face.
Yeah, so if I move away, they're gonna get be able to hit me.
It's true. Yep.
Unless you just use all your actions.
That's true.
To
Yep,
withdraw.
sorry. You can just disengage, and they don't.
I will disengage
Okay.
and move.
Okay. All right. Oh, Tobias, was there anything else you wanted to do?
You still have bonus action. If you want to cast your own spell, Kellisto.
Oh, I still have actions?
You have a bonus action still. Sorry.
Yeah, I will cast Cure
Oh, wait.
Wounds on myself.
It's not her turn yet, is it?
It's not, no.
I'm sorry. I saw her on the turn order being top.
That's all right. Yeah, sorry. I kind of not I hadn't finished Tobias's turn, and I already clicked it. So Tobias, is there anything else you would like to do?
Actually, I moved and I cast a spell, so that will be my all actions.
Okay. All right. Then Kellisto, any bonus actions you want to do?
Healing Word is a bonus action.
Oh, I had it written down as an action.
Nope.
Okay, well, I will fix that and cast Healing Word on myself.
Wild Shape is also a bonus action for you.
Ooh, that'll give you a new hit point pool as well.
That's a good point, actually. I hadn't thought about that. I was just thinking about the runaway aspect of it. But yeah, that's a good point. If you wild shape into something else right now that has a whole bunch of hit points, you get all of those hit points of that thing.
Oh.
So
Maybe I'll do that.
it's up to you, yeah.
Here comes an elephant. Come on.
Have a lump. Oliphant.
What has the highest one?
I don't know. How many hit points?
Probably, it
Probably
looks
a bear.
like
Probably a bear.
a bear.
Yeah, the bear.
Probably a bear.
Big old bear.
If only I had bear token. Maybe I have.
Bar.
Do I have a bear or something? Bear.
No bear tokens? What the
Hang on.
Actually, a giant poisonous snake
They might
be good.
Yeah. You might confuse the rest of us, though.
Yeah, that's true. But that is the highest hit points I have.
Ooh,
Which snake is which?
anaconda.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll just turn into a. Actually, giant crab is my highest. I'll turn into that.
That's
Oh my God.
awesome.
That is fantastic.
She
I have a
bit
crab
me, crab
token?
form.
Oh no.
What?
I have to. Oh, sad face. I don't have a crab token.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, can I just... How quickly can I install this?
I can draw her a crab token.
I need a crab token.
Though it'll probably end up looking like a spider with a claw. Oh boy.
Here comes cat noises. Crap.
Or
Okay.
actually, it's
Alright,
not my
hang on.
highest hit, it's my highest AC.
That is not a giant crab. That is a tiny, tiny crab. Let's make it bigger. There we go. Giant crab.
Hey, that works.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get rid of the crap I was starting to fail at. So there we go. Nice.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna do this just for shiggles, and then
I need more from Power Callisto.
can I? Hang on. There you go. You should be able to move that around now, Callisto.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, so Jim, just gonna move your token like over here for now, but still put it in that token layer so we still get. Alright, sorry, enough shenanigans. Valia up on the roof.
I'm going to raid as my bonus.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit the one in front of me with my war.
That hits. That just hits.
And that's the first one, and then the second.
Okay. Do you get advantage for any
I don't think so.
reason? Okay, the second one misses, unfortunately.
Let me double check. I don't think I get the surprise attack. I'm not a rogue.
I think they were the ones doing the surprise. Surprise!
You could multi-class.
Rogue Barbarian? How does that
Rogarian.
even... A Rogarian?
Barogian?
A Barbar. Okay.
Take your stab to another level.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, wait, I can act normally. Does that mean I get... Okay. I have Feral Instinct, which says if I'm surprised at the beginning of the combat and I'm not incapacitated, I can act normally on my first turn, but only if I enter rage before doing anything else. So I did my rage, and then it says I can act normally. So does that mean I still get my bonus back, basically? I get rage for...
I have no idea. Hang on. What is it? Feral
Instinct.
Ah, there is.
And that's the way I read it. That's why I'm asking if that's correct. I entered rage before I did anything. And it says if I can act normally on my first turn, only if I enter rage first, without doing anything.
Sure. Let's do it that way, and I'll figure it out if that's correct later.
Then I will do my bonus. Is that?
That will
And 8
hit,
more points.
and that will finish him.
It's like, you try biting me!
And
Oh
I still
no!
have, right? I still have movement, right?
Yes.
I am going to jump down behind the sneaky snake here
Okay.
Sneaky sneak.
and get ready to attack.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Awesome. Ulfgar.
Ulfgar, as said before, stopped casting. So whether or not he had concentration on that, don't even need to worry about it. He'll use his bonus action to draw probably the quickest and easiest weapon he has at hand, which would be his rapier.
Okay.
And then he would try attacking the snake directly in front of him that is currently trying to attack him. So let's do 2 attacks. Pacha! 23.
That hits.
And 18.
That also hits.
Okay, first damage is 11 piercing,
Okay.
and the second is 11 piercing.
It is dead. You run it through.
So he stabs its eyes out. And then...
Wow, that's quite rude.
Snake shish kebab.
Nope, rope, nope, rope. Danger, danger.
Danger noodle indeed. Ulfgar says, "Not this day," and then he proceeds to move up to this side,
Okay.
and then stops there.
All right. Okay, so that one is going to let's see, bite at Valia.
Nope.
Okay. And this one here is going to bite at Arokh. It's 14 hit Arokh.
That's less 14. That does not hit.
Okay. Alright, so they fail. So Orbex is cowering. Let's see, she's going to Zagmira's gonna move up here and try and finish the one that she was pew-pewing at before. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, she just kind of like dusts her hands off. That's what. So she's just kind of standing in the center. Arokh.
Zagmira just stood there and dusted her hands.
Yep. She looks at these two and the ones that she's kind of like poking at the dead one in front of her with her boot and just kind of prodding it with her foot, dusting her hands off.
Doesn't even want to bother cantripping something. Jeez.
Okay, Arokh is going. It's Arokh's turn, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's going for a bite.
Okay.
A chomp of the snake. That does not hit.
That does not hit.
And he's going to follow by a claw.
Maybe a claw? Maybe.
Dang.
Nope.
Nope. Shifty.
He's still squirmy.
Yeah. Right, Tobias. Maybe he can help Arokh out.
Yeah, Tobias is going to finish the job.
Ooh, Chatter's like, pick me. There's just silence. An awkward silence from Chatter as he completely misses. Well, not completely, but you do miss on that one.
And dagger as a bonus action.
Okay.
Nope. Wow.
Apparently the dice hate you.
Jeez.
Nope. Alright, there is a giant crab next to you though.
I'm gonna name that one Pinchy.
Alright.
Oh.
I'm gonna move up.
Okay.
Then I am going to claw at that one.
Okay. Sounds good.
How do I do this again?
So do like a /R 1d20 plus 3. Oh, okay, you critical hit. Yeah.
Nice.
So then do /R like 1d6 plus 1, and we'll times the die by 2.
Get a crit back at him.
Yeah, really. Oh, so that's 13 points of damage on that guy there, and you have him in your claw, and he has to make a grapple. He has to make a check now to see if he can squirm out of that. So wait, hang on.
That's awesome.
Escape DC.
So the crab gets an auto grapple if it hits?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It says the target is grappled. I love that, like, the crab has 2 claws, each of which can only grapple 1 target. So you could actually have, like, a jaculi in each claw.
Well, if the other one's still alive, that's the plan.
Alright, let's see. Oh, they both got +2. Okay, he's gonna try. Oh, no, he does manage to bust out of the claw. He just kind of squirms his snake body, flexing, and just manages to kind of escape the claw grip.
That's unfortunate.
But he does look very worse for wear. Like, yeah, he looks mostly dead. Okay. Right, cool.
Yep, that's my turn.
Valia.
Okay, I'll hit the one in front.
Okay. That hits. And it's dead.
You just splatted
I'll
one
go
with
up and finish it.
Step forward.
Warhammer splat.
Yep, that hits. And that one's dead.
I'm just looking around. I just any more? Come out now. I'll walk over and sit on the steps, just clean off my warhammer.
Okay, yep, it's thoroughly covered in snake guts.
I just look around and say, "Well, that was exciting, wasn't it?"
Ulfgar says, "You didn't have to smash it. That's dinner. Come on now."
I mean, you can scrape it off the ground and make like a paste out of it and put it on something.
Rorax makes his way back up to Zagmira.
Out of annoyance and anger, I start like snapping at them, trying to like cut them to pieces.
I'm like, look, she's cutting them into bite-sized pieces for you.
That's a new form. I'm not familiar with that one. That was effective.
And then I'll turn back into myself.
Okay.
By the way, while you're transformed, you can expend spell slots to regain hit points. And the level of the spell determines how many hit points you gain. It's 1d8 per level of the spell.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's a good thing I have people telling me what to do.
I just read
Otherwise...
that just now. I'm like,
okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Alright.
So you said 1d8?
Per spell level expended. So if you get rid of a second level spell, you would gain 2d8 hit points. For example.
Oh, okay.
And that's
I will do cure wounds on myself. Oh wait, no, I still have to be in my shape, right?
Right. Well, I mean, you could just come back out and cast cure wounds instead, and that would probably be better.
Yeah, I will do that. Oh, wait, sorry. Okay.
No, that's all right. All done it. Didn't get swallowed by a snake. Rude.
Oh wow, that was a really bad roll.
That's all right. You still got 7 healing out of it.
Okay.
Are you all right there, Kellisto?
Yeah, I'm fine. I probably should have looked in the trees before I went forward.
I didn't think that they would be out in the open like that. I think it'd be a bit more easily seen. Snakes. What's next?
So you do see, so the steps ascend to an archway that forms the entrance, and reliefs of coiled serpents are carved into this archway.
Right. So Ulfgar just straight up casts Detect Magic. Does a pan around where he's standing right now.
Okay. Yeah, you don't get any pings from it.
Alright. So he's still holding his hand out and stuff, and he'll just walk up here and see if there's anything coming on down the hallway.
What you see is the walls of this rubble-strewn corridor are carved with serpents, and you see what looks like arrow slits spaced along them every 5 feet. Cobwebs fill the arrow slits and hang like drapes from the corridor ceiling. Above the entrance, a stone plaque bears a cuneiform message. And let me open this up for you. You're standing right there. So you can kind of see through. There's a room ahead.
Okay.
It opens up.
Ulfgar says, I'm not getting any magics on this. I think we're clear for magic traps for a little bit at least.
Yeah, but maybe not snakes.
Aye.
I'll just kind of go at the entrance here and look, kind of start slowly walking in.
Ulfgar drops the spell and casts light on her javelin again.
Okay. Alright, cool. So you can see actually into the room up ahead. There is oh, hang on. No, not that.
There's nothing. You see nothing but a wall.
There we go.
Okay.
Sorry. So you can see up ahead is what looks like a mosaic in the floor, although you can't see the detail of it, at this distance. But you also see a pedestal.
Is this
middle of the room?
Wall here?
No, that's the mosaic in the floor.
Ah.
I see the familiar pedestal.
Yep, there's a stone pedestal in the middle of the room, and it looks like it has a puzzle cube sitting on top of it.
I just kind of look back and I tell Ulfgar, I'm like, let the others know I see the pedestal, but we probably shouldn't run right in.
Right. I mean, you're standing right next to a bunch of arrow slits there. Too. Just a heads up.
Yeah, the arrow slits are like... there's one either side of you, and they're just filled with cobwebs.
Can you see?
Yeah, I look back, I'm like, they haven't been used in a while, but that doesn't mean there's something that can't trip them, so...
Well, can you
anybody
see
find
through?
Traps?
Can you see through there? Into the other rooms?
I've heard a lot of bad things about looking the hole. Yeah, you lose eyes that way. But you're more than welcome to look through it.
That's alright. Let me bring up my...
Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of make sure I have my shield up, and just in case something does come out of it.
Sure.
And I will, I'm gonna kind of see if I can inspect the floor any to make sure there's no kind of, like, plate or anything on there.
Make an investigation check.
While she's doing that, Ulfgar says, Kellisto, you're still looking a bit rough there. Let me help you out a bit. And he'll cast Healing Word on her.
Okay. So nope, you don't find anything in the floor, or...
Okay, how slowly creep forward.
3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, 2 more arrow slits, both still just full of cobwebs.
So it's...
And another step. I was like a step, inspect, step, look.
Yeah. So you can see kind of into the room up ahead now. And you see there's a bunch of statues around the room. You can kind of see to either side there. You don't see like all the way into the corners yet. But what you see is...
Your life flashing before your eyes.
Statues of tribal warriors jut from the surrounding walls of the walls surrounding this pedestal here. And they are, as you can see, holding bows aimed at the pedestal.
Oh man, I'm just like, ugh. I just yell back to Ulfgar, this room is not looking so good. Can I look at the mosaic on the floor, like, without going in?
Yeah, for sure. So you can see kind of peering over at it. It depicts a monstrous serpent constricting a really angry monkey. But there is a bunch of moss over it as well.
Okay, well, this is a snake temple, just FYI, in case you didn't notice that from the outside. I'm just yelling, like, down the hallway. I said, and, there's a big mosaic that shows a giant snake gripping a monkey. So get Orvie guy in here and let me talk to him.
Tell me, Kashcah, how big are the arrow slits?
They are. I have this. Hang on. 1 second. They are 6 inches wide by 2 feet tall by 1 foot deep.
I have an idea. Kellisto, Valia, could you come here for a moment? Both of you.
I was just about to say that I went to go get Orvax. But we weren't gone very long, so...
Back where you are?
Your javelin is still serves as a light, right?
Uh-huh.
Can you stick it right into the slit?
I look at you and I pull out the javelin, make sure I stand like right in between and just kind of sideways poke it in there. I'm like, here, you look. And kind of wave it around like, you know, like spiderweb cotton candy or something.
I'm like, well, what do you want me to stick in there?
Do you remember you are able to change into a mouse, right?
Yeah.
And I'm asking
see
you
me
to
shaking my head.
go inside and take a look. What's on the other side?
I don't know if that's a good idea. If you had seen what's in the room ahead, and these are arrow slits for a reason. And there's the big giant serpent on the floor in the mosaic. Squeezing a monkey! A monkey!
Well, I was gonna say, why don't I just go into a little spider? And that
don't change into a monkey, whatever you do.
I won't.
Fair enough. It's up to you.
I'll go.
Just take a pick.
I'll change into a little tiny spider and start crawling into the hole.
Just crawl down the end of the javelin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just whisper, if you get to the end, don't jump off, because if I see something, I'm going to pull you back out.
Okay. Well, I didn't say anything, but...
Yeah, just lift a little leg.
Writes okay in butt roll.
So which side are you going in? Because you're on that
That's
side.
where I put the javelin, right here.
Okay. All right. So, Kellisto, you see in there, it's a room. It's got quite a few cobwebs in here as well. Here, actually, I'm gonna... I'll reveal. I shall reveal. There we go. So you see this room. It's fairly cobwebby. And in the center there is a large statue of a coiled serpent. Dominates this web-filled room. Clutched in the statue's jaws is another puzzle cube.
Okay. I will turn around then and start heading back up the speed.
Okay.
I look at I look at Tobias and I'm like, okay, well, let's look at maybe see let her go on the other side and see, and then we'll pull her back out and see what she. So I'll put the spear on this side.
I can see it now. She's turned into a peacock spider and she's trying to signal. If you guys have not seen peacock spiders, you need to look them up. They're the cutest.
Actually, my plan was just to go up to the end of the spear and just sit there and look at her and stare.
Oh.
You know, like my dog does.
Try and figure this out. What am I saying? Alright. So in the other room, you see another large statue of a coiled serpent. More webs. But this time the statue is missing its head, and its head lies broken on the floor next to another puzzle cube.
All right, I turn around and march back up to the end of the, where she can see me.
There's this spider that just looks like it's full of attitude, just marching back up your spear.
I just like slowly lower the spear tip on the floor. I'm like, you're creeping me out. Can you change back now?
I jump off and change back into myself.
Just
Yeah,
back
no
up the
problem.
square to make room.
That's no fun. I was expecting you to like
So I'm like,
slowly just
okay.
climb towards
I
it.
was like, I don't know which one I dislike better. The spider or the crab that you were just at. But anyway, I was like, what did you see?
Okay, so in the room, and I point over there, was a statue of a serpent wrapped around a puzzle box. And in the other room was the same thing, except for the head was broken off and the puzzle box was on the floor. So we got more puzzle boxes.
So there are
I don't-
two puzzle boxes here?
2 extra.
Yeah.
I don't like this, Tobias. I don't know if y'all like this. I don't like this. It doesn't sound fun.
So is there a puzzle box in the room beyond? Because I
Yes.
didn't go in there. Okay.
Yeah,
There's
I
three.
explained what it looks like. Yeah, it's a puzzle box. The mosaic is on the pedestal, like we've always seen. The mosaic on the floor is of a giant serpent wrapped around a monkey, and there's statues around the room, but they're holding like crossbows or bow and arrows. There's a lot of arrows, pointy arrows.
Yep.
I haven't gone in because I'm afraid I don't know what's on the floor.
Ulfgar, Orvex is kind of pointing up to some writing up above the door, and he says, Moa teaches us that secrets hide the truth.
Aye, that's why they're secrets. What do you on about there, boy?
He says this writing right here.
Can we hear that
Secrets
from where
hide
I'm
the
at?
truth.
Yeah, sure.
Ulfgar says it out loud. Secrets hide the truth. Then
Secrets hide the truth.
He says, you know,
Do you think one of those 2 puzzle boxes in the side room is the real one, and the one straight ahead may not be?
I think
I mean, they're
that
pretty
secrets
secretive.
hide the truth. Right.
Thanks, Ulfgar.
Ulfgar
I just slow clap at him.
Ulfgar walks over to Tobias and says, "Do you mind if I get past you there, just to the first arrow slit? I'd like to have a peek through."
Go ahead.
Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to step into the room. I yell, "Going in!"
It's been nice knowing you.
Remember, you can disarm the bows.
so there's actually, when you look at the bows, there's no arrows in them.
Oh.
They are stone statues of tribal warriors holding crossbows. But there is no arrow in the bow.
Ulfgar says, "You're in the room, right?
Yeah.
So I can push the
You're
button
in
now? You want me to push the
Nope.
button, yeah?"
Don't push any buttons. I'll come at you. I'm like, luckily there's no arrows in these crossbows, so I'm going to. Can I go right here to the first one and see if I can inspect it pretty closely?
Yeah. Yep. So it's
It's a stone statue with a crossbow.
Yep, it's a tribal warrior. Looks like some of the Chultan statues that you've seen before. And it says bow actually. They look like crossbows,
yeah.
but he says bow. Just has a bow drawn, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna walk around the mosaic and the floor. I just have this weird feeling, but I wanna go to the pedestal and I'll look around the pedestal.
Sure, yeah. So the pedestal. Trying to see if there's anything. No, there's nothing. The pedestal is very simple. The most ornate. Oh, sorry. The most ornate things in here are the statues, and the mosaic looks like it's probably ornate as well, but it is, like I said, kind of mossy.
Okay, and what's right here in this blank spot?
Sorry, say it.
I said what?
Nothing. It's a wall.
Just a blank spot. Okay, just wanted to make sure it wasn't like another mosaic or anything. I'll walk back around back to here, and I'm just like, so far y'all could probably come in here. I didn't step on the mosaic in the floor just in case, but it seems okay for right now.
Okay.
Can
I
you
go
get
in there.
can you get Orvex in here?
Orvex says, "Are you sure it's safe?"
Well, I'm still talking to you.
He says, "Okay," and he makes his way up the corridor, looking like warily at the arrow slits as he walks by
I
them.
look at Ulfgar. I'm like, do y'all want Zagmira to come in here too?
Zagmira looks like she's like picking something in her teeth, or she looks thoroughly bored actually.
I'm looking around and I say, hey, do you think one of these might be a lever to open the door?
I don't know. I'll just pull on this one right here in front of me.
It does not budge.
Okay. I look at Orvex. It's like, do you see the mosaic on the floor?
He says,
Nice, right?
He says, it's a little mossy. He says, maybe you would be able to see it better if you kind of cleaned it off a bit.
I just look at him. I roll my. Well, what I can do is try to roll my eyes, but I'm like, okay, fine. I'll like reach over and start with my claws and just kind of start scraping the moss and stuff off of it.
Okay, he says, okay, I see. He says, this is one of the legends of the 9 gods, of course. This tells the story of how Moa upheld the truth to Uptown and betrayed Wongo's trust. He says, and here you can see, he says, this is the story right here, and he's pointing to some older Moan that's kind of inscribed into this mosaic. But he says, but this is another cryptic message, and he kind of rolls his eyes a little bit. He says, death rewards a thief deceived. Truth comes from the serpent's mouth. And then he shrugs.
Oh, I look at Kellisto across the room. I'm like, we're gonna have to go get those boxes, figure out how to get in those rooms.
As soon as he has while they're saying that, Ulfgar has stuck his hand through one of the arrow slits and has gone like this and goes mage hand and tries to mage hand the puzzle box on the right towards him.
I'm just like, no.
Press the button, yeah.
That's not the button to press.
So okay, so you're going for the one on the right.
You going for the broken one?
You're going for this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, why couldn't you go for the one on the floor first?
So hang on, let me think. How big are the puzzle cubes? Let me remind myself. Puzzle cubes. I just want to make sure. I think it's going to fit through the arrow slit, but I just want to make sure. Yep, they are only 3 inches. And the arrow slits, I think, are 6 inches wide, right? I said. So yeah, you're able to kind of use Mage Hand to wiggle the cube out of the snake's jaws, and it floats merrily towards you.
Into his hand.
Yep, into your hand.
He then goes to the other side, and before he does it, he holds up the one to Tobias, kind of gives him a wink, and then he proceeds to reach into the other one and try to do the same thing.
Okay. Yep, you can do the same thing.
So he's got both puzzle cubes. So then, as they say, we're going to need to figure out how to get those puzzle cubes out of the other room. Ulfgar says, I've got the puzzle cubes out the other room.
You just hear me go, what? I'm standing right in front of this statue, and I'm like, Kellisto, be careful. We don't know what he just did.
He walks up there, and he's got both of them in his hands. And He holds them out in front of him. This one's from this room, and that one's from that room. I just kind of asked them to come with me, and they did.
I'll take the one in your right hand from the right room.
Aye.
Callisto, do you want to take the other one? I don't know what we're going to do with them, but, you know. Can I look at this box?
Orbeck
see
says,
if it has anything.
I think my work here is done.
I grab his cloak. I'm like, we need you.
What?
Stay here.
What do you possibly need me for?
Oh, you're the one who speaks all this, not us. You can read this stuff. You get to stay. Ulfgar, don't let him past you.
Orbex looks thoroughly confused and worried, and
he says,
"We're
"Here,
a team."
Orvex, I'll get you something to help you feel better. Hold on." And he reaches his hand through the left room arrow slit and mage hands the snake head that's on the floor.
Yeah, that's not going to fit through.
It's not going to
slit.
fit.
No.
Never mind. I thought it'd be
the
big.
snake is like 7 foot tall.
Okay.
Without its head. So.
I just hear it go clunk.
Yeah. Well, you probably. I mean, you could tell by looking at it that it's not.
All right,
going
so then he wouldn't have done that. He'd have been.
Okay.
It's all right. I'm here.
I try to smile, like, you know, my smile's not very friendly. I'm just like, we're a team. I got my sharp pointy teeth. So I look at the puzzle box, or the box, and see if there's anything particular about it, other than it's a cube.
It looks like this.
Ooh, they both do.
Orbex makes his way around the room and stands with his back against the wall, like out of the way of any of the, you know. He feels like he has least chance of getting hit by arrows over here.
So did the
Yeah,
other
it's
two
kinda
look the
smart.
same?
Yeah.
I walk over to this pedestal. Yeah. I'm like, yours look like this one on the pedestal? Mine looks like it.
Yeah, mine too. Maybe
Previously,
they stack.
previously the puzzle boxes were not magical, right?
Say again?
Previously, when I cast Detect Magic on them, puzzle boxes were not magical, right?
Correct.
No,
Well-
we should mark.
Okay. I'll just take one of my claws and kind of put an R, scratch an R in the top corner of in the cube over here. This is from the right room.
I hand mine over and have you do. I'm like, here, I don't have claws.
I'll just scratch an L in the top corner of that one and give it back.
Okay. Yeah, it takes you a while. Like, this is stone.
Yeah.
And your claw is now a little bit blunter.
I just look, I'm like, ugh. I have to sharpen it. We have to go kill some more snakes so I can sharpen it. So, alright, I'm like, okay. I will reach over and grab the one off the pedestal and hold them both in my hand. I'm like, everybody brace yourself.
Is this where all the darts start coming through and the giant round ball forms and starts rolling towards us and we all have to run out of the temple quickly?
Yeah, before I grab it, I'm going to tell you guys, if you're in the hallway, I suggest you don't stand in front of the arrow slits just in case.
Ulfgar hastily makes a retreat out. He seemed like, whoa! He just heads out. Orvex, why don't you come on out of there?
Orvex says he's allowed to leave. What?
Ulfgar is calling back for him, saying, "Come on there
Okay,
now!"
Orvex will make a run. Like, he runs out of the room.
Last time I saw him do something like this, it was a fiery explosion.
Okay.
I'm like, Tobias, are you going to come in, or?
No.
Just look at Kellisto. I was just shrug my shoulders. Team, huh?
Yeah. While I'm ducking under as far down below as I can get.
Take care.
Okay.
Nice knowing you too. All right. I guess I'm gonna reach over and see if I can grab this one off of the pedestal.
Yeah. I mean, it's physical cube. So you grab it, and immediately you hear this kind of crunching of stone noise. It's like stones being ground together. And
Are you
I
still
hope the
alive
door's
in
not
there?
closing.
the door isn't closing, but you do you hear bows stretching a little bit further, and you see now that these bows suddenly have arrows in
I did yell, Ulfgar, you said there was no magic!
in place.
I didn't say inside.
And all 12 archers have animated and
Oh, Jesus.
are now going to fire upon you. So
Great.
so we're just going to do 6 each. Seems seems fair, right? So let's do 1,
Sorry, Kellisto.
Yeah, as you were pulling that off, I was thinking maybe we should put the other 2 on the altar.
Okay. Let's do Valia first.
Yeah, that's gonna hit me.
So we'll.
Ow.
Yeah, oh, no, shit. Okay, just checking that I'm doing this right. Okay, so
Are you
that's.
sure dice aren't rigged?
I'm sure the dice are rigged.
So does
4 of those hit me.
Okay. All right. So and then the damage is 1d8 plus 1. So
Please roll all ones.
so hang on. So we're gonna do we're just gonna do roll 1d
They're
or
arrows.
48, right? 48 plus 4. Okay, and then which one was the crit? It was the third one. So so it's plus 4 on that. So 31 damage. For you, Valia.
Uh-oh.
And then the 6 for Kellisto.
Uh-oh.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 hit me.
Okay. Alright, so then actually that's the same.
Pretty sure I'm about to die here.
Again.
Not again, no.
Which one was the crit? Hang on. So 1, 2 is the third die. So that is 32 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm negative.
She's down.
Oh, so you're okay. So then, okay, you're more than unconscious. Then you are in the process of dying.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Let's do.
I'm gonna try to put the cube back on it. I'm like, ow, that hurts a lot.
Okay.
The single one or the 2?
Yeah, the single one that I put on, that I took off.
Okay. So put the cube back on. You doing anything else?
Hoping those arrows disappear. If not, I'm gonna kind of stand over Kellisto.
The arrows. Well, I mean, they shot an arrow at you, and you actually see another one as you're putting the cube back on. You see another arrow materializes in the bow. They drew the bow again, and yeah, so they're still animated. So
I'm just gonna stack my other one and try to grab Callisto's and put them up there as quick as I can, and then try to drag her. I know it's a lot in one. It's not gonna be one full action, but that's what my plan is.
Okay, so you're stacking the 3 cubes.
Yes,
on
and
the
then
pedestal. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you stack the 3 cubes, and you start dragging Kellisto out to the. And I'll actually, yeah, I'd say between those you can get Kellisto kind of into the hallway here. So
Tobias and I were peeking around the corner there. Would we have seen this transpire?
yeah, I mean you also.
You would have heard us yelling.
Yeah, you also hear you hear bows
Right.
twanging and noises of people being hit by arrows.
Okay.
You hear something hit the floor, something significant hit the floor.
Okay, so I probably, because I don't think that I could see Kellisto where I'm at, even with my head peeking around, and I wouldn't know her status. I probably would have done Stone Skin and rushed in, and then seeing her try dragging Kellisto out. Is that what was happening?
Yep, that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, I could easily pick her up. I can
Yeah.
carry more than her. So
Yep, you see Valia kind of running towards the hallway, or lunging towards the hallway with Kellisto. Like,
I'd start backing up. Out
how
of the
would you
way.
carry Kellisto? Would she be like over your shoulder, or?
yeah, just like fireman's carry, just
Okay.
chunk her over my shoulder and run as fast as I could.
And I start charging and see her coming and just back up immediately.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So
I'll just kind of put her here and make sure my back is, turned to the room in case I get an arrow to the back.
Okay. Yeah, if you're gonna stand kind of there, then I think you could make it into the hallway if you wanted to. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's. There we go.
Okay. You are still gonna get 2, I think. This one and this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that misses. That one hit.
Okay. So 1d8 plus 1 for the damage. Except I forgot my R. Let's try that. Okay. So 5 damage from the one that hit you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just yelling. Somebody help me. Somebody take Kellisto.
Right.
Fix her. We activated whatever it was. Don't go in there. They actually have arrows.
A stony-looking Ulfgar looks at Tobias and says, "Help me take her." And he kind of moves up to take Kellisto, but obviously he's not very strong. And I don't think Tobias is either particularly strong.
I only weigh like 109 pounds, so she's really tiny.
Yeah, I'm kind of at my maximum for light weight carrying.
You forgot all the loot that Ulfgar's got in his backpack.
I don't have a lot of loot. I'm wearing heavy armor though. So
Oh, okay. You're weighed down by
or medium armor, but still, nonetheless, he would take her and try hobbling back out with her.
Okay.
And would cast another healing spell on her.
Okay.
It'd be a level 3 healing word because he doesn't have any other healing spells, which will take me a minute. Healing word. And oops, level 3 submit. So there you go. You get 13 hit points from 0, so you are back at 13.
Okay, thank you.
And you're awake and not dead.
And
Yeah, for now, I'm just gonna sit in the hall, stare at this room, and that's where I'm just gonna sit for.
Ulfgar says, "You're all right, lass. We've got you." Hey, Valia, what you doing in there?
I'm gonna figure this out.
yeah, you can see Kellisto has like 4 arrows. One of them looks like it's very well embedded, but yeah, you've healed. So, but when Valia handed her over to you, you could see she was a bit porcupined.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lay there and be like, I'm not going back in there. It's your turn.
Well, considering he's also covered in stone.
Look, I don't like this place.
Do you have those cubes on you?
I
Show
don't
back.
know.
Nope, they're all 3 stacked on the pedestal.
Aye. So just here, Tobias, can you watch her, make sure she's all right? And he walks up to to Valia and says, "What did you do?"
And just at that moment, the two archers that can see you shoot at you.
Yep, they both hit. I'm like, good, scoot back, scoot back.
Jeez, oh Pete's.
14 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm picking on the corner. Ulfgar, you got that shit. You got a shield. Use it.
I'm just like pushing Ulfgar backward.
You can
Get
just pass
back.
through me. I mean, he'll just.
Yeah, no, I'm still pushing you. Like, get
Gotcha.
back. I'm like, those archers can still see us in this hallway, so scoot back.
Clear the
We'll
path.
figure out.
Yeah, Orbex and Zagmira stand back. Like,
Everyone take cover.
All right, I'm gonna stop right here. Oof.
okay.
I crawl to a corner.
I'm like, we need to just regroup right here for a minute and figure out what we're gonna do before going back. And
What?
I need to just sit here for a second.
What is that? What's going on in there?
I look at him. I just look at my body. I was like, this.
Are
This
there more? Are
arrow's
they grung
like-
in there? What's going on? I just walked in and handed you some cubes. I didn't look around what was going on.
Lots of bows and arrows. Lots of arrows. Lots and lots of arrows.
Right. So. Hello, Pikey. Right. Secrets obscure the truth. It's obvious, isn't it, Segmira? Ulfgar kind of looks over.
I mean, I can run back in and try to grab all three and pull them out, but it's. I need to rest for a minute before I can.
There's no need to do that. I can get him from here.
I'm just gonna back out to the engine sign. Be my guest, but be careful.
Ulfgar just kind of pokes his head around the corner and tries mage handing one of them to him.
It seems like it's further away than you think.
Oh. Like further than 30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Like it suddenly seems out of range.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Right.
I
And
tell him, well, if you need to get closer, I'll go
Ulfgar
in
starts
front of you.
like dragging the mage hand along the ground to see if it can like disturb some of the dust and stuff to see how far he could actually grab with the mage hand, which it's got to actually, I can't remember how far it is, if it's 60 or 30.
So you
It's 30.
Okay.
Yes, so it should be out range.
So you get the mage
should-
hand to about here, and it feels like it's out of range.
So you can only reach about like that far.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, "That's weird," and then he'll take mage hand and go the opposite direction out here to see if he can actually reach the full
Yep.
distance.
That seems to work fine.
He says, "This hallway, that room, something about I can't reach as far in there as I can out here." With
Well, it's magical, so
right, Ulfgar says, "About that, shield of faith, detect magic," and he walks forward to here.
Okay.
I'm just like, you shouldn't do
Yeah.
that.
And he goes defensive, just holding concentration on detect magic to see if he can get a magic bearing in the room.
Okay. So you.
Oh, while he's doing that, can I pop a regular healing potion? I forgot I have one left.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yep. So you
How
step
much is it?
here. I don't remember actually.
I don't either. I got my player's hand.
Okay. You step here, and the first kind of 5 feet,
Mhm.
and the floor gives way.
Here,
Yes, there.
the floor gives way.
The floor gives way.
Featherfall
bye.
as a reaction.
Say again.
Featherfall as a reaction.
Okay. Actually, do you want to make a dex save first?
Sure. Hold on.
Can I maybe react to grab him, or would it be too late? Well, I'm doing a potion. Never mind.
Boop.
You just get your fingers on the edge of the ledge as you're falling down, but not close enough. They slide off. So.
And then with that, I'll do a feather fall.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's like Featherfall kicks in just like second before you hit the ground, because actually, it's about 10 feet deep.
Okay.
And you realize that you are standing in something sticky. What kind of boots do you have on?
Like my half plate mail boots. I don't know.
Okay.
Hiking boots.
Okay. Yeah, the ground is like sticky and kind of slimy, and you're picking your feet up. Like, what is going on here? And it smells like leather burning. And there's like little kind of.
I put my hand down to see if I feel heat coming from the ground.
Do you?
I don't touch anything. It's just like checking a hot stove or something.
Oh, okay. So you're just holding your hand up above. So you yep, we're gonna wrap it up right now. So you don't feel any heat, but you can definitely smell leather burning, and you look at your boot, and there's little wisps of smoke coming up, and your boot, the slime that is on your boot seems to be eating away at the sole of your boot. And that is where we're going to leave it.
Oh, no.
Excellent. If I wasn't being dragged around by a butt rope, I'm hopefully going to be pulled out by some. Oh. Thanks, Kashcah, for a wonderful game. And not making it about water.
Nope. Not water this time.
Nope. Instead, I'm just going to be boiled alive. So, yeah, that should be fun. Thanks, everybody, for coming out for another episode of Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, Tomb of Annihilation. Tune in next time. You guys can find out who else will fall in the pit in an attempt to try and save Ulfgar, or will they just watch him boil?
Yeah.
I
Bye,
vote for
Ulfgar.
option B.
Nice knowing you.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you later.
Bye.
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 Bye.